The school committee that took office in January 2022 was one of new beginnings and of firsts. Things were starting to get back to normal in the district following 2 years of disruption created by the COVID-19 pandemic, and this committee was the first elected under the city's new hybrid election system. Chairing the committee was Mayor Sakari Chow, the city's first Cambodian American mayor and an alumnus of the Bartlett Community Partnership School. As chair, Mayor Chow worked to keep the committee on task and on time, delighting in any opportunity to bundle votes to keep business moving along. However, he never rushed through an opportunity to highlight the positives in the district, like Civics Day, the Programming Initiative, and the Science and Engineering Fair.
And Kylie, I'm just so impressed with your project, and I just love the title, Printing for Future. So that's perfect, and it is going to be the future. So you have the creativity and the technicality just to make it happen. So congratulations to you and to your mom as well. Thank you everyone for being here and showcasing the excellence in science. And Lowell Public School and the city of Lowell is very lucky to have students like both of you and all the other students that are very successful. Thank you.
He took pride in participating in activities like being a judge at the Knowledge Bowl and could often be found out in schools reading to students, talking to them about his role as mayor, inspiring them by sharing his life story, and celebrating with them at cultural events and graduation ceremonies. It meant a lot to our students, particularly those in the Cambodian community, to see a mayor who looked like them. Stacy Thompson, a former teacher, also made history when she was sworn into the Lowell School Committee as the first Black woman elected to any municipal office in Lowell. Stacy's focus was always rooted in a quest for equity, meaning that every student and teacher should have the tools they need, whether that be language access, transportation, curriculum, facilities, or other support services. She, along with City Councilor John Drinkwater, filed motions that led to the installation of alternative augmentative communication signs, a tool to aid nonverbal communication at all public playgrounds and swimming pools. Stacy was a champion not only for making sure the district had a mechanism for students to report bullying, harassment, discrimination, and racism in the schools, but also that the incidents reported were being taken seriously.
I will say that I was contacted by several people, many of which were really concerned because they had entered the system, and all of the ones felt like what they had entered was taken very lightly or was not really was not addressed. And so I wanted to make this motion because, one, I think that equity is important, but at no point can any measure of bullying, harassment, discrimination, racism be taken lightly. It not only affects them in school, but it affects them in their livelihood and how they are productive citizens thereafter.
Stacy called upon her own experience as a student who had been homeless to push for additional supports for such students.
To BLA's point, people consider housing or homelessness, the people that you're seeing on the street. There's invisible people suffering from housing insecurity, and I know because I lived it. So the reality, and was in school having the same experience. So it's really important for me in particular to look at this, because for me, I may have been one of the lucky ones, but there are so many that are suffering in silence. And it's important for us to make sure that we are putting the practical, the important tools behind these people from elementary school all the way through high school to ensure that at graduation, they're able to be successful.
In April 2022, Susie Chun, a teacher and Lowell High School graduate, joined the committee following the resignation of member Andy Dakota. She was the first Cambodian American woman to serve on the Lowell School Committee. As a teacher herself, Susie loved to get out into the schools to interact with the students, but also to speak with teachers, staff, and parents about the needs in the school buildings. While on the committee, she fought to fix leaks at the McDonough Freshman Academy and to ensure that school playground equipment was safe for all the kids.
There has been some issues that's been happening at the Freshman Academy, especially in terms of the leakage in the hallway, and for me, brings a lot of concern, because we all know that there are some images that I received that has some mold that's growing from the ceiling, and there are trash buckets that our teachers uses to dispose of trash in their classroom. They're using it to catch the the drippings from the ceiling. So that's something that's really alarming to me. One, there's mold growing that's considered hazardous to our students and our staff. It might not take effect in terms of their health at this point, but eventually it might affect them in the long run. That I visited a couple playgrounds and noticed that there are some play structures that require some attention, and for me, seeing that it is important for our students to have an adequate play area, playground, and it is essential for our students' health and wellness. And having that been said, I would like to the request for the superintendent to look further into the play structure and playgrounds at our schools. And my question as well is to whose responsibility for fixing the play structures. So.
From all of the Lowell Public Schools administrators, teachers, staff, and families, thank you for your service. Although you will no longer be obligated to sit in these chambers on Wednesday nights, we know you will continue to be part of and advocate for our school community. Best of luck in all of your future endeavors.